At 10, the investigative hearings for the Panhandle wildfires are wrapping up day 3 with testimony from Excel, Texas Department of Insurance, and others, ending with public comment.
News Channel 10's Paige Stockton was at the hearing in Pampa, learning about the committee's plan to turn mitigation efforts into legislation.
I couldn't be more proud than to consider myself a Panhandle resident.
Public comment started with community members giving their ideas on how to mitigate fire risks.
It's not an if, but when one of these will get started in these kinds of conditions, dry and high wind. And hopefully they'll be able to take that to the resources that are supposed to help our local volunteer fire departments and landowners to keep these becoming massive.
The first 2 days were invited speakers from the committee. The goal for these hearings are to assist and find solutions for recovery efforts.
We have been working with replacing poles, made sure that everybody was back in power as soon as we could after the event. And of course, as we look at wildfire mitigation efforts going forward, working with the community to figure out what works best for the Panhandle region.
Committee members heard from representatives from state and local agencies about future plans and allocation of resources.
Drafting common sense legislation to mitigate the dangers of the next one that's coming, and we know the next one's coming. But one thing that makes this different than a hurricane or a tornado, we can't stop wildfire. Wildfire is going to be, that's just part of where we live, but it doesn't have to be 1 million acres. If we have the resources in place and the right partnerships and people are actually communicating, that fire should have never got out of Hutchinson County.
The committee will take testimony from the last 3 days and work on getting this passed into legislation. In Pampa, Paige Stockton, News Channel 10.